Every time your dog scratches, bites, or licks the same spot, it's trying to tell you something. Most owners ignore the real cause, making the itching worse. But one simple kitchen ingredient may naturally calm the itch. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use it safely. Number 1. The bathroom cabinet fix. There's a bottle of vitamin E capsules in your bathroom right now. You've walked past it 100 times. Never once thought about your dog. Most owners think it's just a human thing. Skin, nails, nothing more. But veterinary dermatologists use it directly on inflamed, broken down skin to help rebuild the barrier underneath. Here's exactly how. Puncture one capsule, squeeze the oil onto your fingertip, and rub it straight into the dry, flaky patch he keeps going back to. Once a day. Most owners see the flaking calm down within 3 to 5 days. Full skin recovery takes 1 to 2 weeks of daily use. A dog whose skin barrier is breaking down won't stop scratching no matter how much you love him. A dog whose barrier is being rebuilt starts leaning into your hand instead of away from it. It's not a supplement, it's a patch job for skin that's been quietly falling apart. Number 2, the drink you never thought to share. Green tea bags. Sitting in your kitchen right now. Brewed every morning for you, never once for him. Most people think tea is just a drink, nothing that belongs near a dog's skin. But the same anti-inflammatory compounds calming your body work almost the same way on his. Brew 2 bags. Let it go fully cold. Not warm, cold. Soak a cloth, press it against the itchiest patch for 3 to 5 minutes twice a day. You'll usually see him stop scratching that spot within the same session. Full calming of the area typically takes 3 to 4 days of repeating this. A dog left to scratch all night wakes up exhausted. A dog who gets this compress goes quiet almost immediately, like someone turned the volume down. Same tea, just a job you never assigned it. Number 3, the one everyone gets wrong. It's on your counter right now, half used from the last time you baked. Everyone's heard coconut oil is good for dogs, so everyone slathers it on without thinking. That's the mistake. Yes, it moisturizes. Yes, it has natural antibacterial properties, but too much upsets his stomach and clogs the exact pores you're trying to help. Here's the right way. Warm a pea-sized amount between your fingers. Massage it into dry patches only, once a day. Skin usually starts softening within 2 to 3 days. Get it wrong, greasy coat, upset stomach. Get it right. And by day 4, he's leaning into your hand instead of scratching at it. Less a miracle oil, more a tool that punishes you for overusing it. Number 4, the breakfast staple secret job. Same oats you'd make breakfast with. Oldest trick in the book, and most people still ruin it. They dump whole oats straight into the tub and wonder why nothing happens. Here's why it fails. It has to be ground to a fine powder, almost like flour, because that's what releases the compounds that actually calm inflamed skin. Blend it fine, stir it into lukewarm bath water. Soak him 10 to 15 minutes, twice a week. You'll usually see visible calming, less redness, less frantic scratching by the second bath. Full relief across a flare-up typically takes about 2 weeks of twice-weekly soaks. A dog scratching himself raw in the tub. Then, halfway through the soak, going still, almost sleepy. That's the difference this one step makes. Number 5, more than just shine. You might already give it to him for his coat. Didn't realize it does more than make him shiny. Most owners think of it as cosmetic, something for a glossy, photo-ready coat. But the same fatty acids working on the outside are calming inflammation on the inside, right where the itch actually starts. It goes in his food, not on his skin. Check with your vet on the right dose for his size. This one's slow. Give it 4 full weeks before judging it. By week 4, most dogs on the right dose are scratching noticeably less. Skip it, and he keeps fighting the same flare-up on repeat, month after month. Not a quick fix. The slow kind that actually holds. Number 6, the bedtime tea for him too. The tea you reach for before bed does something almost identical for a restless dog. Most people only ever think of it as something for their own nerves, never his skin. It's calming and anti-inflammatory, working externally almost the way it works internally on you. Brew it, cool it completely. Use it exactly like the green tea, a soaked cloth pressed on the worst spot for a few minutes, once in the evening. Most dogs visibly relax within the same session. Genuinely settle down, not just distracted. Do it nightly for a week, and the itching around that spot noticeably drops. The same cup that calms you down. Calming him down too. Number 7. The fastest fix on the list. The plant on your windowsill. Or the pure gel in your bathroom. Fastest acting thing on this entire list. And I mean fast. People assume it's only for sunburn. Something for human skin, not a dog's. But pure aloe vera gel, no added alcohol, no fragrance, cools irritated skin almost on contact. Apply a thin layer directly to the itchiest spot. No need to rinse. Use it up to twice a day. Watch closely. Most dogs stop pawing at the spot within 2 to 3 minutes of application. That's not an exaggeration. It won't fix the underlying cause, but for immediate relief, nothing else on this list moves that fast. Number 8. The jar you'd never guess belongs here. That jar in your cupboard is one of the last things most owners would ever put on broken skin. Feels backwards, sticky and sweet, nothing like medicine. But raw honey, especially manuka, has real antibacterial properties that help protect skin that's already been scratched raw. Apply a thin layer directly onto the sore area once a day. Keep him somewhere he can't immediately roll around in it. You'll usually see less redness within 2 days. Full closing up of a raw patch typically takes about a week of daily application. A raw patch that keeps getting worse from constant licking, versus one that's visibly healing by day 7. The sweetest thing in your kitchen. Doing the least sweet-looking job. Number 9. The plant-based backup to fish oil. There's a bottle in a lot of kitchens now. Poured over salads. Never once considered for a dog bowl. Most owners assume all the itch-fighting fatty acids come from fish. They skip right past the plant version sitting in the pantry. But researchers found a single month of flaxseed oil supplementation visibly improves skin and coat condition in dogs. And later studies showed it helping dogs with ongoing skin inflammation specifically. Add it straight into his food once a day, dose to his size. This one's a slow burn. Give it 3 to 4 weeks minimum. A dog whose diet has been missing this for months, still scratching the same spots, versus one who's had it a month and stopped going back to them as often, slower than the others. Works from the inside, which is exactly why it lasts. Number 10. The oil vets paired with fish oil in real trials. Sits quietly in the supplement aisle, usually bought by people managing their own skin, never their dogs. But in an actual veterinary trial, dogs given evening primrose oil combined with fish oil showed real improvement in ongoing skin disease, not just a slightly shinier coat. Added to food in small amounts, alongside his regular fish oil, never on its own. Check with your vet for the right amount. Give this combination 4 to 6 weeks. A dog whose flare-ups keep circling back no matter what topical fix you try, versus one whose flare-ups start spacing further and further apart once this becomes routine. Sometimes the fix isn't one ingredient, it's 2, working together, that neither can do alone. Number 11, the rare one with its own clinical study. Sounds like it belongs in a dessert, not a dog's dinner. Almost nobody outside veterinary research has ever heard of using it this way. But in a real study, dogs with ongoing atopic skin disease given black currant seed oil alongside another fatty acid saw a measurable improvement in their symptoms. Comes as a supplement added to food, daily. Like the other oils, it takes weeks of consistent use. Plan on a full month before judging results. A dog whose skin condition has been called chronic by every vet he's seen, versus one whose flare-ups start becoming manageable instead of constant. This one has its name in an actual research paper, not just a home remedy blog. Number 12, the newest oil on a vet's radar. Brand new to most dog owners. You won't find it on most pet store shelves yet. Sounds obscure enough to skip past, which is exactly why almost no one's using it. But a recent study measured it directly against flaxseed and canola oil in healthy dogs, and found it held its own on lowering inflammation markers and reducing water loss through the skin. That's a real sign of a stronger skin barrier. Mixed into his food daily. Effects build over 2 to 4 weeks, same as the other oils. A dog with a coat that looks dull no matter how often he's brushed, versus one whose skin barrier is quietly holding onto moisture better, week over week. Newest name on this list, research behind it is barely a few years old. Number 13. The balanced oil for skin that won't settle. Shown up on more shelves lately, usually marketed for calming, rarely for skin. Most owners either dismiss it entirely or assume it's the same as the coconut and fish oils already on this list. It's not. Hemp oil carries a rare, balanced mix of omega fatty acids that supports the skin's barrier function in a way single-source oils can't match alone. Small amount, added to food, daily, layered on top of whatever else you're already doing. Give it 3 weeks stacked with another oil before expecting a shift. A dog on one single oil who plateaus after a few weeks, versus one whose skin keeps improving once this joins the mix. Sometimes the fix isn't finding the one right oil, it's finding the right combination. Number 14. Nature's antihistamine, sitting in a supplement bottle. Sounds like something out of a lab. It's actually a compound found naturally in apples, sold as a simple supplement. Most owners have never heard the term, let alone considered it belongs in a dog's routine. It works by blocking the exact process that triggers histamine release in the first place, which is why some vets nickname it nature's antihistamine. Use a supplement made for dogs, or a pure human version with no other added ingredients, dosed to his weight, given with food. Start it 2 to 3 weeks before allergy season hits for the best effect, though it can still help mid-flare. A dog who reacts the moment pollen season starts, every single year, versus one whose reactions noticeably soften once this is already in his system before the season even begins. It doesn't just calm the itch after it starts, it works to keep it from starting at all. Number 15. The pineapple enzyme that makes everything else work better comes from pineapple. If you've ever cut one open, you've handled it without knowing it had a name. Nobody thinks of pineapple as medicine, so almost no one pairs it with anything else on this list. On its own, it has anti-inflammatory properties, but its real job is making quercetin work significantly better, helping his body absorb it far more effectively than quercetin alone. Take them together, same routine, same timing, daily with food. You'll usually notice quercetin's effects kick in faster when paired with this, often within the first 1 to 2 weeks instead of 3. Quercetin alone, working slowly, quietly. Quercetin paired with this, working noticeably faster. The ingredient that doesn't do much by itself, makes everything around it work harder. Number 16. The first milk, repurposed. The very first milk, produced right after birth. Sounds like the last thing that belongs in an adult dog's bowl. Most owners assume anything related to nursing puppies has nothing to do with a grown dog's itchy skin, but it's dense with immune-supporting compounds, and in adult dogs, it can help calm an immune system that's overreacting to allergens in the first place, often the real root of chronic itching. Comes as a supplement powder, mixed into food daily, usually alongside whatever else you're already doing. Give it 3 to 4 weeks before expecting a shift in how reactive he is. A dog whose immune system seems to overreact to everything from grass to dust, versus one whose reactions start to settle once this becomes part of his daily food. Sometimes the itch isn't a skin problem at all. It's an immune system that never learned to calm down. Number 17. The medicine cabinet staple vets. Actually recommend? There's a good chance there's a bottle in your medicine cabinet right now. Bought for allergy season, forgotten about since. Most owners would never think to use it on their dog, assuming anything made for humans is automatically off limits. But plain diphenhydramine, with no other active ingredients, is one of the most commonly vet-recommended antihistamines for dogs dealing with sudden, active itching. The dose depends entirely on his weight. This is the one step where you call your vet first, every single time, before giving anything. Done right, most dogs are visibly calmer within 30 to 60 minutes, a dog scratching himself raw through an active flare-up right now, versus one who's noticeably settled within the hour of the correct dose. Fastest thing on this entire list. Also, the one that needs a phone call before it needs anything else. The one vets don't say out loud. The one I promised you at the start. Most dog owners have never even heard of it, let alone tried it. It's not in most home remedy lists because most people don't grow it or know what to do with it. But the ones who do swear by it. Calendula, steeped into a cooled rinse, calms inflammation a step further than chamomile or green tea, especially on stubborn, recurring hot spots. Steep the dried flowers. Let it cool completely. Use it as a final rinse after a bath, or press it directly onto a flare-up on its own, once a day. Most owners see a stubborn hot spot start drying and shrinking within 3 to 4 days. Full resolution of a recurring spot usually takes about 10 days of daily use. A dog with a hot spot that keeps coming back no matter what you try. Finally calming down. Staying calm. That's the difference owners describe when they finally try this one. It's the remedy vets know about and rarely say out loud because it's not something you can buy in a bottle with a label on it. Here's the uncomfortable part. Every single one of these was already in your home before you watched this video. The itching your dog's been dealing with was never about a lack of options. It was about not knowing which ones were sitting 3 feet away from you the whole time, and exactly how long to give each one before deciding it doesn't work. One more thing, and it matters. If the itching is severe, sudden, or comes with sores, hair loss, or a smell that wasn't there before, that's not a home remedy situation anymore. That's a vet visit today, not next week. But if it's the everyday kind of scratching that's been quietly wearing both of you down, tell me in the comments which one you're trying tonight. Vitamin E, or the one nobody talks about, Calendula. I'll be reading every single one.